Alright, jumping right into this video because I do want to be respectful of your time, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get access to Proxima the Broodseeker, as well as this amazing veteran axe, which I believe to be arguably the best weapon in the entire game. So what you're looking for is to come over here to the Black Ridge Pass. This is one of the very first locations in the entire game. Once you come out to tutorials, you can easily find this location, and yeah, you're going to come here. And what you're going to do is make your way all the way north until you come to this field where you see these enemies facing off against each other. There's going to be a ton of them, but you can ignore them. What you're looking for is to make your way to the top left here. There's going to be a hill that leads up here, and there will be one spider-like enemy that you're going to need to take down. He's kind of whatever, super easy to stagger. And what you need to do is come over here to this shattered beacon that looks like a beacon, but it's a little bit different, and enter in. Once inside, there's really not too much you need to do. Just go progress through the area and you'll just see her here. Go through her entire shell memory, and just like that, you'll have access to the one of the best, most appealing shells in the entire game. Now next, let's go over how to get the axe, and just basically coming from the same location where you got Proxima, you're just going to make your way over here to this edge here. And there's going to be a lot of enemies here, but simply jump down, and what you're looking for is this entrance to this cave. I would ignore the enemies and simply run through. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind about this location is there are a mountain of traps, arrows, and a ton of enemies in this area. I would highly recommend before you even come into this area is to refill all your Estus, because there's going to be a lot of traps, suicide bombers, just a ton of nonsense in this area. So it's going to be quite annoying to get through it. You're going to need to take your time very carefully, but what you're basically looking to get to is this area where you see this drop down here. But once you get to this drop down, I would say jump down immediately and run to the battle axe right on the ground and pick it up immediately, because you can just pick it up and not really have to worry about anything else. There are a few other chests in this room, but in the event you die like I did here, you can already have the battle axe and just be good to go. Alright, next, I'm going to be showing you how to get access to the Auspicious stone, which will give you crit chance, which is absolutely amazing. A passive up to 18% crit chance. I'm also going to show you where to get the Grisha Remnant, which is going to give you a chance to actually spawn a familiar to help you, as well as a familiar that you can summon to help you in a fight if you choose to. I'm also going to show you where to find the Sheephead Totem, which will reduce the enemy's max health by 1% every time you hit them, but most importantly functions as somewhat of a mount since it moves way faster than your base character type. And I'm also going to show you where to find this axe and dagger combo, which does really good damage overall. It's really fast, good poison, everything. So yeah, let's go over where to find these items. So first things first, make your way over here to the Widow's Overlook. This is going to be the location that you pretty much come to when you first start. And you're going to make your way towards the village over here, over on the left side. It's going to be protected by a lot of enemies, but just make your way there. There's a boss fight in this area that you could in theory face off against, but I would just recommend just going straight there, because it'll be much more simpler. Once you're in this village, you're going to see a lot of imbeciles dancing around. And what you're looking to do here is just basically look for these totems with candles around them. So starting from this stone here, you're just going to make your way up here to the left. And what you're looking for is this little area here behind the corner here. And there'll be one of the stones with two imbeciles dancing here. So make sure you activate it there. Turn around and then come up to this way, and you'll see another one sitting right here at the top. You can activate this candle here. And then finally on your way down, you're just going to make your way down here to this one here, and just simply activate it, and just like that you'll be able to open this up and pick up the Auspicious stone, which again gives you that amazing crit chance for melee weapon. Now for the other three things, you need to come over here to the Mushroom Village Beacon. It's actually not too far from where you just got the Auspicious stone, and from here you're just going to make your way to the right, and what you're looking for is there's basically three branching paths. You're going to take the rightmost path, and you'll see a bunch of idiots dancing again. Just make your way all the way till you get to the bonfire. This is a good indication that you're going the right way. And this is how you know you're in the right area, because we need to pick up a key to open up a location. So we're going to kill two birds with one stone. You're going to look at this little warp gate. There's like a warp gate that leads you to a different realm. And then when you make your way through, you'll notice a prayer person, like a statue praying. And at the bottom of it, near the rope, there will be a key for the chapel. Now, you're going to make your way back through the gate, and then you're going to go basically all the way back to the bonfire, because you're going to need to go the other way this time. So once again, we're back at the bonfire, and you're going to make your way to the left path, which leads to this like gazebo looking area. Now when you come to the zone, just be mindful that these are not enemies, though you will find archetypes like them that do fight you in this game. But what you're looking for is going to be this vendor here to the left. And within his menu, he has access to 2 important items you need to pick up. The first is going to be this Grisha's Remnant, which is again the item that's going to make it so that you can actually summon him on attack, or you can just use it as a passive effect. So the Remnant is going to cost like 2,000 or 3,000, which it is kind of pricey, so just keep in mind, you know, it's going to be expensive. But also, you're going to be picking up the key, because the key itself is actually pretty valuable. You'll notice to the right here, there's going to be like one of those things locked up inside the cage. If you buy the key, you can actually free him, and when you free him, he's going to give you access to this item here. Now, there's one important thing to keep in mind is if you don't buy all the stuff from his shop, he's going to come get rescued later and going to kill all the merchants in this area. So be very mindful of that. So if you want to buy all the stuff here, I would highly recommend you do so, because you will miss out on items later. But regardless, that's how you get both of those items, which this brings us to our next area, which is going to be getting the axe and dagger, which right here, you'll notice there's a chapel to the right. This is why we did the first chapel key thing, like we walked to the gate, is because there's a chapel here that you need to go to. Now, unlike most dungeons, this is actually one of the few puzzle dungeons. You will run into some enemies, but this is going to be a puzzle dungeon. I'm just going to help you solve it, make it much simpler. So once you make it down to the bottom, you'll notice a bunch of enemies in this area. And then there's going to be a false wall that's going to be really hard to get through. You're not really sure how to. The way you do it is simply look at the guy, the statue in the middle, and then walk backwards. That's how you go through it. You could only go through it by walking backwards. So yeah, that'll be the first room. And then as you make your way through the second room, as silly as it sounds, it took me quite a bit of time to figure it out. But there's a big stone in the middle of the room, slightly to the right, I guess. When you hit it, it actually moves in the direction that, you know, you hit. So you're just going to basically hit it until you hit this little pressure plate on the ground. And this will unlock the second room, or the third room. And then finally, there's another room here that's going to require 2 more pressure plates. And this one, again, is quite simple as well. You're just going to hit the first one that you see forward. Hit the one to the side left. You're going to hit this one forward as well over the pressure plate. You're going to hit the first one back to the left, and then back all the way from where it started, just like you see me doing on screen now. You're going to push this one over there because you need to stop it from hitting the pressure plate. Hit this one again, and then after you do that, you'll be able to hit this one back in place, and this will open the final door, which leads to this weapon. Keep in mind there is an enemy here that's kind of strong, so just be mindful of that. But once you take down this enemy, you'll see the item, the axe and dagger, just sitting there on the table for your taking. Super easy to get. Alright, next, I'm going to show you how to get access to Eredrim, the Vulnerable, which is my personal favorite shell in the game. What this guy does is he has insane repose synergy, he has really good slaughter synergy, which functions as culling strike, and he has really good repose synergy. So he's really good at those things. This in addition to the Forgotten Crossbow, which is a very solid rapid firing crossbow. And then I'm going to show you where to get the Bulwark stone, which is very good for defensive playstyles, as well as the Grudge stone, which is going to give you more chance to crit as you attack more. Alright, so starting at the Black Ridge Pass, unfortunately this is a very long run to get there. So you're just going to make your way down here to the right. You've been here before. This is basically similar to where you started to get the Executioner axe in the girl, I forgot her name. But yeah, you're just going to make your way over here. Right here you'll see there's a bird here where you can pick up the map, so make sure to pick that up. Then you're going to make your way all the way across this bridge here. Now be mindful when you're on these bridges, there's enemies here that could knock you off, which they have done to me many times, so just be careful. And what you're looking for is this another one of these like warp gate stones or whatever you want to call them. You're just going to break it, and then you're going to walk through. This is basically going to unlock this this door here so you can actually walk through. Now this dungeon is super annoying and very poison heavy, and there is actually a boss down here too. You don't actually have to face the boss to get access to it, which is kind of nice, to get access to the crossbow, which is nice. But you're going to make your way through. You're going to run all the way through. You can dispatch these enemies, but make your way to the middle here, and then take the elevator down. Now once you make your way down, you'll be in the flooded village, and you'll notice there's a ton of poison enemies. You're just going to simply follow the path you see me going, because when you look here to the right, there will be a door here that you can't get into unless you find the key. You're going to make your way down here, down this way, and I'm just gonna kind of try to show you where I went to go get it. And what you're looking for when you get down here is just basically come down here, And then look for this little roof here and make your way up this roof. It's gonna break, but it's gonna create another area for you to walk through. And then you're looking for this other little roof here. You're gonna make your way up to the roof, make your way up to the left, and just make your way throughout this like roofing area. And around the back of the area, you'll notice there's a key just kind of sitting here in this, like, I don't know, next to a little campfire. And this is kind of the main area you want to go to because that's where you can pick up the key. Now, once you have the key, you're just going to simply make your way all the way back. You can just jump over the edge there. There's 2 sets of stairs, and then open up the door. And then within this room, there will be the crossbow right at the table there. Pick it up and you have access to a really solid crossbow all around. So from the location where you got access to Proxima is where you're going to start. So come down here, you're going to look for this path leading downward. There's quite a few enemies here and some that will spawn. So I would just recommend you run past. And you're going to make your way here and pretty much clear the corruption in this area. As you clear this corruption, you're going to have this area called the Stones of Remembrance. Now keep in mind there's a lot of stuff in this region, like items and stuff that you can go over. But we're just going to focus on getting access to this character here. That's kind of the major focus. So make your way up here. You're going to see enemies around here. You can open that gate by hitting stones. We're not going to go over that though. Run all the way through here. As you make your way through, there's a bunch of enemies fighting here. What you can do is just come immediately here and activate this little stone here, and this will open up the shortcut for you. So just be mindful of that. There's a lot of enemies in this area. What I would do now is just follow the path you see me going here. Make your way all the way up. And then make your way around here. And just, once again, be very careful. Once you come all the way here to this bridge here, you'll know you're in the right place. You're getting very close to where you need to go. But yeah, just keep following what you see me doing now on screen now. And there's going to be a lot of snails in this area. So just run past them. Their hitboxes are so wonky, it's really not worth it. And just run all the way around here. Make this little turn over here. And you're just going to stay topside here. Run past all these imbeciles here. Get past this knight. You can fight them if you want. I just run past them. Then run across this bridge here. And keep in mind there's going to be a lot of smaller spawning enemies. Make your way over here. Turn left and you're going to look for this gate here. And right here on the left there's going to be this little money bag. Touch it. And boom, this is going to teleport you instantly into the castle. So just, I'm going to pull up the map just so you can see it. So now this item teleports us to the castle, which is kind of cool. Going to break this gate and then you can come in here. Be mindful there's multiple enemies throughout this area. But one thing you're going to do is there's a boss fight here in order to get this guy. So just to show you, he's going to be laying right here in the middle there. This shell that you see me using now. So you're not gonna immediately go here because as you could probably tell that was an extremely long run. So you're just gonna make your way through this area and clear all these enemies. So as you can see here, there's a way to go up here, and then there's a lift. This lift will lead you to the boss fight. So you don't want to go to this lift. You want to come up here and jump up. When you jump up here, you're gonna make your way to the right here. And then you're going to pick up a few items. And this is going to be the Tarstones as well as the other stone. Now I'll show you. I would personally just run past all this because this is a super long run. You know what I mean? And there's not really any saves. Where is it? Come over here. Run through this hole here. And then right here to the left, you will see the first save here. So immediately come here, activate this, and rest. Which is super important because that's an extremely long run. And then right here will be one of the items that we showed here. This is the one that gives you an inevitable crit after you hit a couple of times. So make sure you do that. So go ahead and pick that up. And then on your way out, you're going to come all the way back this way. And I would recommend that before you go face off against that boss, because, you know, there's some items up here. There's going to be these guys here you need to be mindful of. But at the end of this bridge, it's going to be the other item, the one that gives you, I think it's called Bulwark or something. I already opened the chest here, so I'm not going to really fight these guys. But as you can see here, oh my god, they're throwing stuff at me. There's another chest here that you can pick up. And once you have that, I would come back and rest at the beacon because you probably got hurt. Now I'll just show you the run back because it's actually not that hard to get back to the boss fight. You're going to come here, you'll jump down here, and this will be the run back. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of a run back. run through here, and then you're going to take the lift up. And then this will bring you to the boss fight. And before you go down, you got to do like the OG Dark Souls stuff. Then the lift down. Just in case you die. He's not that hard, but he can be a bit of a pain. And then come down here, and you'll probably see on screen now, because I'm cutting to that, where you have to face off against the boss. He is very, very simple to face off against. He's not that hard to beat. And then just like that, you'll have access to this guy. He's really, really good. Alright, I lied. I'm going to show you guys one more weapon, and this is the Great Martyrs Blade. Look at this absolute beast of a weapon. It's a little bit slower than the axe, but does more damage, and it has a better swiping radius. I don't know if it's better than the axe, but I know people love these huge great swords, so I'm going to show you where you find this one. So starting off from where we just left, the beacon you just went to, we're going to go ahead and walk the path. Again, I recommend you go to the sheep form since you can run faster, and yeah, sheep form it up. You're just going to follow the path you see me taking on screen now. And yeah, we're just going to go through this area. Hopefully you picked up that shell, because he is amazing and I can't wait to make a build with him. It's probably going to be my first build. But this is where you found the first item. There's going to be a little hole here in the wall. And this area, once again, has a ton of enemies. And like a lot of this game, there's a lot of running. And that's why they probably made this sheep, if I'm being honest. But you're just going to follow the path you see me taking. There's a lot of items down here. If anyone knows what these things are for right here, let me know. I see them, I sit on them, they never do anything. There's a lot of stuff down there, so just be mindful of that. There will be an elite here, but this is the other way into this gate. You're going to come down here. Come through this hole here. You need to unsheep. And come through. And then sheep again, I guess. And run through. Now, there are multiple dungeons here. The natural progression would probably be through that way. Here's a well dungeon here, but what you're looking for is back here, and this is going to lead you to another dungeon. So yeah, once again, another dungeon, pretty straightforward explanation. This one's kind of annoying though, so just be very mindful of this one. The sheep form is so funny. So yeah, come through here. I like the axe a little bit more. You're going to take the little thing and it's going to teleport you here. And this one's a very simple dungeon. You're going to come through here and break this. There's going to be some idiot sitting here. I already did this, if you guys can't tell. And there's going to be some weird one here. These guys have a lot of poise. They don't hit very hard, as you can probably tell. This guy's tanky though, I guess. There's another one. Another idiot here. And then you need to activate this here. Then once you open this, there'll be a gate here with these guys. Now I would be careful here. This guy does a ton of damage and he has reflection. But if you just want to go through, just walk through here. And then you'll find this greatsword just sitting here. And then you can just go ahead and leave. Just like that, you'll have access to the greatsword. Just wanted to add that one in addition because it's really good. Alright guys, and there you have it. That is access to what I believe to be some of the best weapons early on in the game. There are plenty of other Tarstones and plenty of other weapons in this region that are pretty decent, but these are the ones that in my opinion stand out quite significantly, as well as obviously the shells. Those are always important to pick up. So hopefully this video will give you a better idea of where to find them. As always guys, if you appreciate these guys that are quick to the point and try to get you the information as concise as possible, consider leaving me a like, or even better yet, subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more Mortal Shell 2 content coming on the channel. If you find something OP, feel free to drop it down in the comments because I'd like to find them myself. And yeah, just like that guys, I'll see you in the next video very soon.